Jennings out there with Chauncey Billups. And it's Smith. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Monroe in at the 4 slot. And for the Bucks, they've got Caron Butler. Ilyasova out there with Pachulia. Then it's Mayo. And it's Knight in at the 1 spot.
And he will punish an opponent for giving it that much room from mid-range. He'll hit that all day.
And Drummond gets to Billups. A 3-pointer off the mark. So for the Pistons, their last game, a win against the 76ers.
And they drew so many fouls in that game, guys. That was one area that really stood out when you watched it.
Yeah, guys, to me, that was just a case of lack of discipline on the other side. I can't say any more than that on it.
And Drummond throws it down.
The windmill finish. Now that's nasty. How do you do?
Finishes the play. Utter disregard for his own safety.
Look at his teammates. They're just shaking their heads. I mean, he must have told them to look out for that one.
Now here's Jennings. And the jam by Craig Monroe.
What a play. No regular dunk there. A superb alley-oop.
And it was a great pass, too, to set him up.
No, those two have such a great feel for each other. They're just fun to watch play together.
Right side, Butler. Gets it to go. Butler's got his second bucket tonight. Here's Jennings. Coming off a stellar performance against Philadelphia. Monroe. Working on Ilyasova. Shot left block. Monroe, no good. Bucks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today.
And Kevin, what I like most about that win is their offensive creativity. They had a really varied approach to the game, and it worked well.
And they sure did shoot the ball well, too, Steve, and that never hurts.
Here's Jennings. After Caron Butler's bucket. The shot is off. Excellent D there from Mayo. Passes it to Pachulia. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Josh Smith. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Now Knight. And that one's good.
That's grace over power, guys. With that finger roll, gets him 2 points. Impressive stuff.
Billups gets to Jennings. The basket good off the assist from Billups. Jennings has got his first bucket of the night.
You know, Kevin, they were a step late on their defensive rotation, and that helped them get right to the rim.
Now here's Ilyasova, covered by Monroe, and it's Butler missing.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, he had a really good look. I mean, he'll knock that down more often than not.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Coach Larry Drew. When we talked about what they'll try to do on defense, he told me they're going to have to do everything they can to neutralize their opponent's high flyers, saying, quote, "We can't play above the rim like these guys, so we'll have to do our best to keep them away from the hoop." Gentlemen, easier said than done.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Larry Sanders is checked in for the Bucks. Gary Neal comes in for O.J. Mayo. And the Pistons making a change here. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Knight against Jennings. Neal passes to Sanders. Knight fires for 3. There's the bucket. Good. Knight's got 5. Jennings dishes to Urebko. Shoots it. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
Here's Ilyasova. Detroit with the rebound. Smith's got his 3rd rebound on the night. This is the 2nd time they've matched up against Milwaukee.
Now, the last meeting was a successful one. They were very sharp defensively, causing a lot of turnovers, and that swayed the game in their favor. He's got to be very careful here because he's already got 2 fouls here in the first quarter.
Jennings against Knight. Ilyasova gets a screen from Butler. And there's Knight. That's good on the assist by Ilyasova. Knight's got 7. What an easy win for him last time. As Steve mentioned, Clark, the turnover differential was a major factor.
Yeah, I'd call it disruptive in a word from the defensive standpoint. They were all over him the whole game.
Here's Knight. Following the basket by Brandon Jennings. And Neal kicks to Sanders. Knight. The Bucks working the ball around. Tries from 16. And it's Butler missing.
Great defense there. You really have to challenge him at that range.
And stolen by Ilyasova. Now, here is Knight. Coming off a stellar performance against Boston.
Off to a really solid start. He's knocked down 4 of his first 5 shots.
To the inside. Smith the pass to Drummond. For the 3. And that's collected by Butler. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Josh Smith. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Kyle Singler, he's checked in for Josh Smith. Bucks leading by 5. Back to Butler. Latrey. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. And that's now 9 points for Butler.
Well, it's been nice, efficient work, guys, that he's been doing. I mean, we haven't seen him take many bad shots, and that's the sign of a mature, poised player.
And, yeah, another turnover, and we've seen this a lot today. I mean, this team has not brought it. No focus, no energy. That's why they're getting blown out.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
Well, he's got to get everybody on the same page. I mean, that's the reason for this timeout. And if that happens, I think they can improve and start playing better.
You know, it's the coach's job to always try to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the opponent and to look for that extra edge if you can. And I think he feels like he might have seen one.
Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Detroit. Stuckey comes in for Brandon Jennings. And Neal kicks to Sanders. There's the killer two-handed slam. And let's check up here with Damon Bruce. Damon, what do you have for us?
Thanks so much, Kevin. Let's quickly bring up the scores from the games that already are in the books. For Orlando, it was a win against the 76ers in Philadelphia. And that's all the time we have until the Sprint halftime report. Now we go back to Kevin, Steve, and Clark. Fellas?
Always great to catch up on what's going on. Thanks, Damon.
Well, there's some big games out there, even this early in the season. And a lot to prove for some of those teams.
Now, here is Monroe, averaging 14 points a game.
In building this lead, they've been excellent at not allowing any good second chances.
That's not an opportunity he fails to convert very often.
7-foot shot. Detroit with the rebound. And now the Pistons fast break. Singler outside. Puts the lead pass in front of him. They push it up 4-on-3. Sanders. No luck. Now the Pistons take it the other way. To halt the run. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. They have done a great job of securing rebounds as they come in this game.
Yeah, they have, Kevin. Well, they're blocking out and not waiting for the ball to come to them. I mean, that's what you got to do. I've talked about it countless times, Kevin. You can block out, but if you don't pursue the ball, you're not going to rebound.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Now here's Henson. He's coming off a 13-point game against Boston.
Yeah, huge impact defensively as well, Kevin. Remember, he had 3 blocked shots in that game.
Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession. And why don't we quickly go to the 2K leaderboard and find out which shooting guards have been the hottest at the free throw line this season. O.J. Mayo, 3rd.
Yeah, this is a set of players that can drive and slash, hoping to draw contact, because if they can get to the bucket and the foul, it's an automatic 3-point play.
And you know what, Steve? Even if some calls go against them, you know, as a coach, you can accept it because when the calls go their way, they're automatic. Cash money at the stripe, ATM time. So it more than makes up for the charge calls they might get whistled for.
Now Stuckey. O.J. Mayo missing on the 3. Shot from 16. And he hits the jump shot. Singler's got his first points of the night. Ridnour with it. Shoots over Monroe. Drains it from 17 feet out. Ridnour's got his first 2 points. Stuckey dishes to Singler. Here's the screen. Back to Stuckey. Shoots a fader. Singler outside. Dishes it to Stuckey. Trying his luck deep. Stuckey with another miss.
This has been a strong statement by them, the way they've come out and attacked the glass early.
Yeah, I agree, Clark. I love the physical play, the fact that they're taking the game right to their opponents. And one thing he does as well as anybody, Kevin, is track the ball with his hands. Quick, strong, active. So when you go up for a shot, he's always going to be looking to strip it on the way up.
And something else I think of with him is that three-point shot from the corner. I mean, that's his shot. We've certainly seen him drain a bunch of them.
The Bucks making a switch here. And the second free throw, good. Pistons trailed by 10. And the pass to Monroe. Over Pachulia. Monroe, no good.
Tell you what, things just aren't bouncing his way this quarter.
Ridnour passes to Mayo. Shot from 12. It's Mayo on the wing. Monroe on the double team. Number 34. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Let's take a look at what the last month has looked like for the Bucks as far as NBA stats go. 8th in three-point field goal percentage. 10th in free throw percentage. And they're in the top half of the league in blocks. That's pretty good. Not too bad.
Yeah, this is a team that shoots the ball well, and I think the key is their accuracy from the three-point line. You look at that number in the top 10, as you talked about, Clark. You know, they've leaned on this of late particularly, and I think their success from the three-point line has really allowed their offense to open up and become more balanced.
Right now, he's in a bit of a funk. I look for them to look at other options on offense.
Knight kicks to Pachulia. Gets it to go. And the Bucks lead by 14.
Yeah, no mistakes on the offensive execution there.
Monroe with it, and it's Knight picking him up. They're whistled for a blocking foul, and he'll head to the line. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. You look at Detroit and, of course, Milwaukee. They're much further down in the standings right now.
Well, right now for the Pistons, you know, they've been right in the thick of things here in the early going. Wins and losses coming in just about equal measure. Basically a 500 team is what they are.
Oh!
Are you kidding me? That was a power punch right there. Yeah, he's giving that breakaway rim a workout.
Yeah, he powered it down and then hung around.
Strong finish. He just wanted to sit there and savor it for a second.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Sprite. Good stuff. And there's a whistle that goes against Greg Monroe. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. And he makes the first. And a different look here for the Pistons. So he gets them both. Pistons trailed by 17. Jennings kicks to Billups. It's up a 3. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Phillips has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Back to Knight. Feeds it to Sanders. Plenty of space. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. Knight's got 6 assists now in the game. Here's your Repco, and stolen by Knight. Makes the lead pass. Ilyasova. No good. The Pistons shooting just 35% to start the game. Drummond dishes to Billups. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
The Pistons shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Well, the season numbers for this club really low. I mean, this is something that the team has been focusing on. They've got to improve.
And you know their performance at the line. It's definitely dropped off. Not the trend they were looking for.
Gary Neal's checked in for Brandon Knight.
Always someone you love having at the line.
Kicks it to Ilyasova. The Bucks working the ball around. number 34. The shot from the low post is good. 6 points for him.
This game is really going their way early. What a lead they've built up.
And that's thanks to their performance offensively. In large measure, I mean, they're actually scoring with ease here.
Wow, has he caught fire this quarter, shooting the ball with tremendous confidence.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Rebound by the Pistons.
I like the work there, contesting that shot that looked like it was going to be easy, but they forced the miss.
You know what? He got it in close, but couldn't finish in traffic.
Here's Neal, and here's Mayo from the arc. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Bucks lead by 14.
22.
And we'll be back shortly for the start of the...
This Thursday night, Chris Paul and the Los Angeles...
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And for the Bucks here, they've been putting a show on, guys.
It was a pretty solid first quarter for this club. They limited their mistakes and really took advantage offensively.
You know what? I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways. That's excellent pressure and good activity with the hands.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the Bucks, Carlos Delfino out there with John Henson. Then it's Gary Neal. Then there's Luke Ridnour, and it's Udoh in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Tries to save it, and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. And here's what the Detroit Pistons schedule looks like. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road.
Yeah, some really good matchups out there, and that Chicago Bulls game is one that I'll be checking out.
Doubled by Smith. Delfino passes to Henson. He's against Smith. And Neal kicks to Henson. Cannot hit. Pistons trailed by 11. He feeds it to Billups. Over Ridnour. And there's Billups. That's good. The assist from Brandon Jennings. That's 10 points for Chauncey Billups. Ridnour with it, and Jennings picks him up defensively. Ridnour kicks to Neal. Second shot opportunity, and in he goes for the easy 2. And the Bucks lead by 11.
Well, you're not going to get a more high-quality look than that. Terrific offensive rebound there.
Here's the dish to Billups. Jacks up a 3, and that one's good. Billups has got 13 points.
Big mistake not having more defensive pressure on him out there.
Here's Neal. And that's collected by Smith. Smith's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Billups dishes to Uredko. Smith outside. Uredko. Smith the pass to Billups. And the rejection by Udoh. Now Delfino gives him the lead pass. Udoh gets the bucket.
That's 4 of their last 5 buckets now coming in the paint area.
And they're in attack mode right now, barreling in there with bad man intention.
And Drummond kicks to Uredko. Outside Jennings. From outside the arc. Shot's good. Jennings has got 9.
You know, he didn't have too much space to get that shot off, but for him, he had enough.
Timeout called the Bucks.
Well, he looks like he wants to toy around with some of their sets and matchups here.
You know, I don't think you can afford to go through a whole game doing the same thing over and over, and you have to be able to adjust on the fly, just like he's doing here.
platoon slump here for Milwaukee. And a different look here for the Pistons.
You can see where the Pistons rank in the league stats over these last 10 games now. 3rd in steals, 7th in rebounding, and then the top half of the league in getting high percentage shots as well. Not too shabby.
Yeah, let's go back to those steals for a second, Mark. I think that's such a key aspect for this team's success because when they get out and really pressure teams and force mistakes, that allows them to get easy shots at the other end offensively.
Fades back. Knight grabs the board. Knight's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Down low. And it's Butler missing.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Drummond dishes to Stuckey. Singler outside. From deep. No good. And Milwaukee the other way now. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That's his first foul. Pachulia, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Knight kicks to Sandy. With the lead pass, Butler. And the layup is good. Butler's got 11 points.
Well, that makes 5 of their last 6 makes coming from inside.
Yeah, really focused on getting the ball into the paint because they're taking advantage of very porous defense down there.
And Monroe backs in. Puts up the baby hook. Milwaukee with the rebound. Knight's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Not much doubt about that over the back call.
Yeah, he was all over his back that time. Looked like he was going for a piggyback ride.
And the Bucks making a change here. Bucks leading by 11. He kicks it to Sanders. The Bucks working the ball around. Mayo kicks to Knight. Butler on the way. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. And let's see now which shooting guards have been on target the most over the last 10 games. 5th, Rodney Stuckey.
Well, in tight or outside, these are all very reliable, very consistent shooters. It's a safe option to put the ball in their hands and let them create something for themselves.
I'd say it's beyond a safe option. It's a great option. The ISO play was made for these guys. All they need is just a little room to operate, and you can count it up. Buckets.
Buckets. I like that.
Now the feed to Singler. He passes to Monroe. 5 to shoot. Number 5. Second chance shot. He lays it in with a soft touch. Monroe's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, such a great feel for how a missed shot is going to come off the rim. Really plays those angles well. That's exactly why he consistently beats defenders to the ball.
The Bucks have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
And the Bucks making a change here. Heels checked in. Singler passes to Drummond. Number 5. And there's a whistle that goes against Greg Monroe. That's his 4th foul of the contest. The Bucks making a switch here. Lyasova's checked in. Bucks leading by 14. He dishes it to Neal. And again, the Bucks miss.
I thought he'd make that one. I mean, that's his range, and the defense nowhere to be seen.
And Rodney Stuckey the bucket on the assist by Monroe. Stuckey's got his first basket of the night. Knight kicks to Sanders. To the middle. Ilyasova gets it to go. And the Bucks lead by 14.
Can't pass up that kind of look.
Chance now to check out the schedule for Milwaukee. It's off to Boston for them after this game as they take on the Celtics. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. And the Pistons making a change here. Urebko's checked in. Ilyasova dishes to Sanders. Singler with the rebound. Pistons trailed by 14. Passes Passes it to Urebko. Ilyasova on him. The hook. Goes back up. And the layup is good.
Strange trend here, guys. They're totally controlling the glass, but they still trail.
You get the feeling that one is going to correct. Either they'll lose their edge on the glass or catch up in points sooner or later. We'll see.
He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots at the game right here.
You know, guys, that's not quite the same success rate he had at the line last year, although it is somewhat in the neighborhood of last year's numbers.
That free throw, no good. A different look for Milwaukee. Udo comes in for Larry Sanders. And Luke Ridnour subbed in for Brandon Knight. And he's good on the second. Pistons trailed by 13. Number 5. He's guarded by Ridnour.
He's really lacking in confidence out there. 0 field goals made so far in this game.
Trying to rally back into this game. It's a bad time to start making mistakes.
Yeah, you play recklessly. That's what happened.
Carlos Delfino's checked in for Caron Butler. Neal passes to Ridnour. Dishes to Neal. That's good. And it's Ridnour picking up the assist. The Pistons shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Pass to Singler. Lets the three fly. And that one's good. Singler's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, another uncontested three there. They've got to make some kind of an adjustment. I mean, they're giving up way too many open threes.
Well, the last 5 hoops, 3 have come off wide open three-pointers, Clark. So it's one thing to give up one, but you start giving three-pointers up in bunches, you're in big trouble.
Shot's good by Neal.
And defensively, you want to keep the ball as far away from the hoop as possible.
Yeah, because he's too good inside, Steve. I mean, he'll make you pay every time in there.
That's good. Bucks leading by 12. Ridnour kicks to Neal. Leads him in there. And there's Ridnour. That's good on the assist by Neal. Neal's got 3 assists tonight. The pass to Stuckey. Singler fires the 3. Shot is off.
I don't like his body language, guys, right now. It looks like he's completely out of rhythm.
Ridnour's shot is off. Pistons trailed by 14. Feeds it to Singler. Rodney Stuckey on the wing. Number 5. No good on the 3.
I'll tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
Ridnour, that's good. And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
Yeah, he's seen enough of this interior scoring that his defense is giving up. So the message during this timeout is to lock things up inside.
You know, sometimes a group can just get spaced out on defense. They're not connected and playing 5 as 1. And usually a timeout can help you refocus and recalibrate that defense.
Henson checked in for Milwaukee. And the Pistons making a change here.
Oh, we got a moment now. Let's take a look at some of Josh Smith's number. 14th in steals. And he's also blocked enough shots to put him in the top 15 in that important defensive category.
And, you know, Steve, going back to his steals, I mean, defense has really been at the core of his identity. I mean, he he poses a lot of problems to whoever he's guarding, and that helps the team at the defensive end.
Neal dishes to Delfino. Kicks to Neal. Lets it go with the three. Detroit with the rebound. Smith's got his 6th rebound on the night.
They may have to start looking for some other options because he's really struggling out there.
Here's Neal. Josh Smith pulls it in. Smith's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Phillips kicks to Drummond. Back to Phillips. Beyond the arc. Phillips with another miss. Bucks leading by 13. Here's Delfino. They get it back. Ridnour. He feeds it to Henson. Tries again. Good. The assist goes to Ridnour.
Well, if they didn't look at the scoreboard, you'd think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Yeah, I like the energy they're playing with here, Steve. I mean, a nice uptick in their second chance points.
There's the dish to Neal. Here's the three. Rebounded by the Pistons. Jennings. The full court prayer falls off target. He kicks it to Henson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. With a break in the action, let's see which teams have come away with the most steals in the NBA this season. The Pistons, number 1.
Well, they didn't get there by accident, guys. I mean, this is a team with great awareness, great hustle. They play so hard, and they play together at the defensive end.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Larry Sanders is checked in for Utah. Butler comes in for Carlos Delfino. O.J. Mayo is checked in for Gary Neal. And it's Brandon Knight in for Luke Ridnour. And it's Smith missing. Bucks leading by 16. Sanders with the ball. And Jennings picks him up defensively. Pistons shooting a pretty cool 37% from the floor in the second. Not what they're looking for. Alley-oop pass. And Henson pulls it down. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the defense to chase that ball around when it moves that crisply all over the court.
Yeah, it sure does, Clark. And look at the assist totals. They're piling up. I mean, this has been a nice game execution-wise for this book.
The Bucks have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far.
That's been one of the strongest aspects of this team this season. I mean, there have been very few off nights for them at the free throw line.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Bucks making a change here. Pachulia is checked in. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Pistons trailed by 17. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Outside Mayo. Right side Mayo. This is his first free throw of the game.
Well, you got to admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season, shooting better than 90% from the stripe.
Guys, I like that this is a part of his game that has really been consistent this year.
That's good for Mayo. No good on the second free throw. From the length of the floor. No luck. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. The Bucks on top, 47.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Happy to. For the Warriors, a tight battle against.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. An exceptional performance from Caron Butler.
It's been nothing but positive for this team. The way he's been really selective with his shot making, been very unselfish. I think this has been an efficient performance for him.
I agree with you, Steve. Very few questionable decisions, if any, from him, as he has always looked for the best shot every trip down the floor. I mean, I like the fact that he's judicious in his approach.
on the floor for Detroit. Smith out there with Kyle Singler. Then there's Jennings. Then there's Chauncey Billups. And it's Drummond in at the 5. Down low. Good on the jump shot. 14 points for Brandon Jennings. Knight against Jennings.